So, you're another poor unfortunate soul who's gotten addicted to the amazing digital circus, and now you're looking for ways to spice up your gaming experience. Well, too bad, because there's not really much out there at the moment with digital circus still being hot out the oven, but from the small selection that we do have, there's a couple of gems, like this. POMNI 64, a ROM hack for Super Mario 64, created by Dude over on Twitter. For me, this never working with any of the 64 ports before, this was a very confusing thing to try and do that regrettably ended up taking me about 2 to 3 hours of pure troubleshooting and looking through multiple videos to try and set it out because I had no idea what I was doing. In actuality, you don't actually need a lot to even set this up, so hopefully this should be nice and quick and simple for anyone wanting to try out. Though there is one thing I can't help you with, but we'll get to that when we get there. So for files and the emulator, we need like 2 files, the actual ROM hack itself, and then a copy of the game. And then for the emulator, we're going to be using Project 64. So in total, we're only going to need about 4 different links in total, but I can't actually put those in the description at the moment because YouTube won't let me. So until I can actually put them into the description, you're just going to have to copy the URL that you can see on the screen. I apologize for that. That is YouTube's thing. I can't do anything about that until they allow me to, which is very annoying. Anyways, so to start off, you're actually going to need the mod itself, POMNI 64, created by DudeMaster20 over on Twitter. Give them some love for this because they've done a great job with this. It looks fantastic. We're going to go to the Google Drive and just simply click on the download button. And when that's all done, we'll end up with this, extract the files, and we'll end up with this file. And what we have in it is 3 different versions of the game. We have a bold version of POMNI, we have the herd version, and if you're an absolute meme lord, we have the iconic unicorn horn with the catchphrase, well, it's possible. There's also something else in this that really caught me off guard the first time I went through this, but I'll leave that for you guys to find. Now we come to the actual difficult part, which is getting a copy of Super Mario 64, because for completely legal reasons, I can't tell you how to find this file. That's all on you. Don't ask me where to get it. I can't tell you. I am sorry. Good luck. But when you do eventually get a copy, it should be either one of 3 versions. There's Z64, N64, and there's V64. Now for what we're doing, the N and the V format of the files are useless. We can't do anything with them. You specifically need the V version. But don't fret, if you do end up getting a N or a V version, there is this nice little site over here, which you can simply convert your file into the correct format that we need, which is the V format, or the Z format, I should say. And then after we're done with that, we're going to go over to this convenient little site. And this is the site that's going to allow us to combine our patch and the game to create an actual working copy of the game. So we're going to click on choose files. Everything for me is on the desktop currently. Find where you've put your actual copy of Super Mario. I'm going to put that there. And then you're going to want to find the version of the mod that you want. Wherever you put the files, open the patch, and then choose one of the 3 versions that you want. So currently I have the herd version and the unicorn horn. I don't have a working version of the bold version, so we're going to do that one. And then it will allow you to just name the file however you want. You're just going to leave it as that. And just click patch. And now we actually have a version of the mod downloaded. Right there. But now we need the actual emulator to actually run the game. And like I said, before we're using Project 64 for this one. Let's put it into the Google search. Top result. Now, don't just click download here because there's an issue with the mod where it will not run on the version 3 of the emulator. We specifically need a lower version. So to go into downloads, public releases, and we're specifically going to download the 2.3.2 version, not any of the free versions. I don't know why it doesn't work. It's just what the tutorial guy said when dude was making the mod. As simple as that. So we're going to just download that. And you'll end up with this setup file here, which I already have on the desktop. We're going to run it, let it do its thing, put it wherever you want it, and it should be done. Now we have our emulator. So now we can actually run the mod that we've created. Just click on Files, we can open ROM, find where you put the file, and just simply open it. Though it's not plain and simple, we still have a couple things to go over.
What's going on?
And you'll know it's worked because you hear that, and the background will be all Digital Circus themed, and if you leave it long enough you'll actually see POMNI. And there she is, little POMNI running around fighting Bowser. The one thing to bear in mind, that you may potentially get an error when you open this for the first time. It hasn't done it with me, but the majority of people will probably get an error when they do it. You can simply just go into the settings, into config file, and when you first do this, the counter factor will be at 2, change that to 1, and memory size will be at 4 megabytes, you need to change that to 8. That should allow you to actually run the mod with no issues. If it's set to 2 and 4, then it won't work and you just get the error. You may need to restart your game as well after you've done this. And lastly, I'm just going to go over controller configs because I don't know the PC controls. I'm currently using like an Xbox One controller. I think for PlayStation controllers you might need some sort of plugin. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert when it comes to this kind of stuff. But this is currently what I'm using for my controller. So then now if we just press start. And we have a working copy of the game. So I hope that was clear enough and helpful and doesn't take like 2 to 3 hours to actually get to work like it did for me. If you did find it helpful, you could click the like button because that lets me know that I actually did a good job. I do also plan on streaming this at some point in the near future, so if you do want to watch a complete and utter scrub that hasn't played this game for maybe like 2 decades at this point, click the little subscribe button and the little bell just to stay up to date. Other than that, I'm just going to leave you now with a couple minutes of gameplay, and that'll be that. Bye bye, and enjoy.